What's up, my Eryibros, and welcome to the top 10 unresolved plots in the 6th generation of Pokemon. But I'm not alone. Here today with me is one of my good friends, Mr. HoopsandHipHop.
Good to be here, Eryizo. I'm here to help discuss some of the most intriguing unresolved plots in the current 6th gen games. These are plots that will likely be more fleshed out in future games, and so we've gathered some of the most exciting ones to share with you here.
With that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And without further ado, let's get started. Starting off this list, we have the haunted house on Route 14. Looking back on it, I remember playing through Pokemon Y and going into this house. It always creeped me out, especially when the man in the house tells you his story. It was a dark and stormy night many years ago. Lost, I arrived at this house and went inside. The lights would not turn on, so I fearfully looked around the house. Eventually, I made my way into the kitchen. There are no signs of anyone being there. I found the fridge, and when I opened it, a faint light leaked out. I could finally make out my surroundings, and I saw the faint outline of a man huddling in the corner of the room. I tried to tell him that I was lost, and I was hoping that he'd let me stay until the morning, but when I approached him, the man suddenly screamed, "Stay back!" I apologized and continued to plead my case. "Please, can't you help me?" "I'm not talking to you," he shouted. I looked at the man in surprise. When I did this, the man asked me, "Can you see them? Behind you?" "A horde of faceless men!" Slenderman, anyone? But really, you gotta wonder, what is this guy talking about? It especially gets creepy when the camera angle goes to a shot from above everybody, slowly getting closer. It kinda gives off this vibe that somebody's creeping up on you. Who knows, maybe Game Freak will go deeper into this in Pokemon Z, if it ever gets announced.
At number 9, we have the alternate timeline theory. If you haven't played all the way through Oraz yet, there are spoilers ahead, so skip ahead in the video if you don't want this awesome part of the game to be ruined for you. This is lower on the list because it is just a theory at this point, but personally, I think it's only a matter of time before more details are given about it and it becomes officially confirmed. During the Delta episode of OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire, the plot centers around a meteor that is on a crash course with the Hoenn region. The scientists in Moss Deep City have come up with a solution that uses the power of infinity energy to send the meteor into another dimension. However, Zinnia shows up in an effort to stop this plan, proposing the idea that they might send the meteor to a version of the Hoenn region that does not have infinity energy or mega evolution. In the Delta episode, she states the following: "My people know it. From generation to generation, we pass along the lore about the distortions in the world born by the Mega Evolution mechanism, and about the existence of another world, which we have long observed to be just like this one and yet not the same. That's right, a Hoenn region that's almost exactly like this one we live in, filled with Pokemon and people like us, a world where maybe the evolution of Pokemon took a slightly different path, where Mega Evolution is unknown, a world where that war 3,000 years ago never happened, a world where the ultimate weapon was never even built, and in that Hoenn of that world, what would happen if one day, out of the blue, a meteoroid appeared? What would happen to the people of that world without the technology to destroy the meteoroid or the power to warp it away? Looks like it's beyond the power of your imagination." This quote has some very strong suggestions in it, and to me, it's Game Freak introducing the idea of a split timeline in order to explain the lack of Mega Evolution and infinity energy in other games. It may be just a theory at this point, but if it is proven true, this will be a plot line that will drastically change the direction of future Pokemon games once it is fully fleshed out.
No, you are not the one. Those words from this character sent chills down my spine every single time I think about it. The Lumiose Ghost Girl. It's been a little over 2 years since this Ghost Girl incident came about, and there's still so much mystery surrounding this girl. There are so many theories about her. But if you guys need some background information, basically in Lumiose, if you go to a certain building and get off on a certain floor, the music all of a sudden stops. A girl suddenly appears and walks towards you, almost as if she's floating. Then she utters 6 words to you. No, you are not the one. It's also speculated that the girl in Hotel Rishisame is the same girl as the one here. The reason behind this is because she is asking you to be quiet because she won't be able to hear the elevator. But really, who is this girl? And who is she waiting for? Plenty of theories about the ghost girl, like the idea that she was looking for a specific trainer ID, or that she was tied to some other character in the franchise. This is not the first time that Pokemon games have featured a ghost girl of the sorts after all. Fans of the games also theorize that perhaps she was the means through which players would acquire an unreleased legendary Pokemon. But so far, none of the theories have been proven true, and most players remain stumped as to what the ghost girl's purpose actually is.
In at number 7 is the Kalos power plant and its mysterious entrances. About halfway through Pokemon X and Y, you have to go to the power plant to stop Team Flare from using its energy to power the ultimate weapon, but there are 4 different entrances from which you can enter the plant. Only one is accessible with the use of the power plant pass, leaving 3 other entrances that you are completely locked out of. Due to the fact that Game Freak specifically put those entrances there, tells me that they are supposed to be used at some point. It's likely that the power plant will play a bigger role in the eventual Pokemon Z, but only time will tell what that role is.
Although we are starting to get information on Zygarde, he's still an enigma to us. Just recently, we were revealed that Zygarde Core has 2 different forms. But how does Zygarde achieve these forms? Seems that Xerneas and Yveltal somehow tie into Zygarde, not only because it's a part of that trio, but if you take a look at Zygarde's 100% form, it has red and blue coloring on its upper body. Blue representing Xerneas and red Yveltal. Well, at least through speculation. It's speculated that those 2 fuse together somehow, or at least give Zygarde some power, which is why it's able to achieve this form and get those markings on it. But again, it's only speculation. I'm sure later on down the line we will get an answer to all these questions, but for now, it's just an unresolved plot within the game. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and become an Eryibro today. I'd also like to thank HoopsandHipHop for joining me today.
No problem, thanks for having me. If you guys want to check out the second part of this top 10 and find out what number 1 is, head over to my channel by clicking the annotation on screen. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you over on my channel.